lovely people. I'm Ari the realtor, also known as Ariana Lee, and I'm your licensed Michigan real estate agent. A common question I get all the time is real estate for me? And this is for all my prospective realtors out there, figuring out if real estate's the right path for you and which brokerage do you go to, how do you figure out commission splits, how do you negotiate your value? All of these things, this will be for you. And just be mindful. I always will consider myself a new agent. Why? Because I'm always going to be learning. Real estate is constantly evolving. There's always a new landscape to navigate. There's always new change. So in my mind, even when I get 10, 15 years, 20 years in, I will always, in my mind, be a new agent because I'm always hungry for growth and learning and understanding. I'm always going to be researching to figure out an answer that I don't know. And just to give you some backstory, I came from a background of operations and operational management and logistics, and switched over to real estate. I was studying for my real estate exam while also being full-time, which may work for some, might not work for everyone. But I say every free time that you get, study in the morning, study on your break, study at night, study with a partner, study however way that you typically absorb information. That's how you would want to study. And I will be hosting classes, and we'll also come up with a webinar as well on how to ace that real estate exam, especially if you're studying for the state of Michigan. I specialize in study habits as well as helping people pass ACT, MCATs, LSATs, GRE, GMATs. I've done it all. I've helped with all. I just like taking tests, I guess. I have no idea. But first try for the real estate exam, I did pass, and that's because of how I've studied. So if you're interested in how to format a study plan, feel free to reach out to me. But besides that, after passing and after getting licensed, I had to be a part of a brokerage in order for that license to really be active. So figuring out what brokerage to join, it was relatively easy for me. I got licensed during the pandemic, so I wanted an environment that was easy to connect with, where I didn't have to show up to the office in person because that was not really a thing during that time. And I also wanted 24/7 access to materials, information, where I can connect virtually to everyone. And at that time, I was doing a lot of research, and I was looking at brokerages. EXP had the better commission split between the brokerages I was looking at. So it was an easy choice. It might not be that easy of a choice for everyone, right? Times are different. We're not in the pandemic anymore. COVID is not as large of a national threat as it once was. At least that's how it's being handled. Anywho, so for the traditional agent that's not a factor for, you might want to interview with brokers. You want to ask questions. What is your commission split? What do you offer? Do you offer free training classes? Do you offer any free leads? How is the lead system? How's the lead generation or CRM for your company? How does it work? How is your transaction management system? Do you offer a transaction coordinator? Do you have a front office system? Do you have assistant services? Any question that you have, write out bullet points. And these will be questions that you ask every single brokerage that you interview with. And be mindful, brokers are going to constantly poach. Even after you are with a new brokerage, they're going to be reaching out to you and saying that they're going to be able to offer you the moon and the stars. And hey, maybe some of them will be able to offer you the moon and stars. But most of them are just looking for a new addition to their team because, again, it is a trickle-down effect. If you do well, they'll do well, and so on and so forth. So they tend to poach you on all stages of your career, especially as you start doing even better and better and better. The biggest things as a new agent that you should focus on is training. You should really understand, and this is a common misconception for a lot of agents, that you are going to have your hand held when you join this business. I cannot stress this enough because I've gotten this question a lot from new agents who are frustrated with their careers. I I think everyone, right, at some point in their careers, they're like, oh, we could be doing, this should be going a lot smoother. This should be easier. Why is this happening? It's life, right? Anything that is worth working hard for is not going to be easy. You will have to go out of your way to research. You will have to go out of your way to ask questions. Pick up a phone. Your phone is going to be your best friend. Welcome to welcome to the world of real estate. Your phone's going to be your best friend. Your computer's going to be your best friend, and you're going to have to be comfortable in talking with complete strangers all the time. If customer service was not a highlight for you in the past, it will be now. You want to have to smile, nod, and, agree or disagree silently. No, loudly. Disagree or agree loudly. No, in all seriousness, though, that's a common misconception. You have to go out of your way to learn. Anything that you want in this world, you will have to go out of your way to get it. Okay? I say the best tips to do as a new realtor or incoming realtor is finding a agent to partner with. Don't rely on this agent as a mentor. They will get frustrated because they're also trying to manage their business. If you even want to come up with a network with a new incoming realtor as well, if you all partner together and you all are switching off and trying to do open houses, or you all are cold calling new leads together, finding a support system is great in real estate. That's something that I did not have because I came in as a solo agent. And that's another thing too, right? Sorry, my doggy is barking. But there are factors to also be mindful of when you're joining these brokerages, because teams will also try and poach you. And the commission splits will keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Or your split from the commissions will get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as you join these different teams. I even knew one agent that seemed like they were a part of 3 different teams, and their commission was still getting split 3 different ways. Don't be one of those agents. I don't even know if that's possible to be a part of 3 different teams, but it seemed like it was for that particular agent, because that's how many hands were in their pot before they got the piece of the pie. I don't know if the motivation's the same for you as it is for me. For me, I'm trying to earn a living, and not only just earn a living, but actually clear debts, put money aside so that I can buy properties and travel and enjoy life and yada, 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 yada. If you don't mind splitting your money 3, 4, or 5 different ways, then have at it. And if you feel that being a part of a team is the most valuable thing, then I completely support it. 100%. Everyone does not thrive in the same environments. Some people absolutely need a team to support them and to give them that classroom instruction, or give them that hand-holding that real estate does not typically offer if you're a solo agent. So if that is you and you will thrive in that type of environment, then by all means, that split, at least you're getting something versus nothing. Another thing as well. So outside of interviewing for brokerages, let's say you found your brokerage, you found your team that you want to be a part of, and you're trying to make your first sale. A lot of agents will say, where do you get your first leads from? Where do I go? How do I manage? How do I get a lead? It's not the same for everybody. Some people will find working with buyers is a lot easier. Some people will find working with sellers are a lot easier. I say work with them all. All of them are transactions, are potential transactions. Don't cut yourself off any which way. Some people will thrive better on one versus the other because you might connect with one better than the other. Sellers tend to be more straightforward and blunt because it's their home that's being sold. They have the commodity, right? The buyers, they're looking to purchase the commodity. So buyers, and again, every buyer will be different, but when you're going through a home with a buyer, and you are trying to, you get to imagine the space with them. Oh, I can see your couch and TV here. Look at how you come into the foyer and you enter in through this way, in the living room and the dining space. You can envision their home and their life. Like you get to create that moment for them when it's a buyer. The seller, you're creating what will they be paid. That's what they're concerned with, the bottom line. They're concerned that the home sells and that they don't have to they do the most minimal amount of work or most minimal XYZ to make the transaction occur. So it's different, right, when you're working with a buyer versus a seller. And you'll get investors, you'll get people from all over. All buyers are not going to be the same. All sellers are not going to be the same. If you're starting out and you have no leads, I would strongly suggest, EXP offered this for me, and that's what helped me kind of get the ball rolling, at least with communication and being comfortable. It's a program called Opsity. It used to be with realtor.com. The leads are what they are. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. They are what they are. They might not be the best leads. They might not be $1 million leads. They might not transact, but it will get you, you'll get comfortable with how to talk and communicate with buyers and sellers. Cold calling. Some people find cold calling very daunting. I was and partially am one of those people. Picking up the phone only because I know how the other side is, right? When I get a cold call, am I going to answer the phone or am I going to slam it down? I had to put it out of my mind that this is personal, that it matters. It does not matter. Pick up the phone, call the new expireds, call the people in your own neighborhood. You know that neighborhood better than anybody. You've been living there. Hey, you give those people in your neighborhood a call and say, hey, I'm your local realtor and I want to see, are you looking to purchase or sell your home, or do you know anyone that's looking to purchase or sell their home? It's simple. It's not that hard. We make too big of a deal out of it. Just call. At least it'll get you practice on how to talk to people over the phone. And then there is the other lead source, social media. If you are a social media girly or guy, if you're one of those people that thrive on social media, people, you might already have a following. You're getting your face, you're comfortable with your face being on camera. You are fine to let everyone know and introduce yourself as their local realtor. I say go for it. Sometimes the easiest leads for me have come from social media. They already know my face. They already know my voice. They already know what style that I'm coming and how I talk to people. It's easy to transact. They're already aware of who I am. I say go for social media leads. Those are easy, low-hanging fruit. Why not? If you are having trouble, setting an appointment, I say you want to pick up a call or you want to cold call, and that will be your focus for the day. Whatever you're having trouble with for that day, right? Let's say you have one of those you have a sheet of paper, or you have a journal, or you have a planner, or you have one of those whiteboards where you can write, this is my goal for the day, or here's my goal for the week. My goal for the week is to set at least 4 appointments. And I'm a new agent. I want to set at least 4 appointments. That will be your goal every day. And you can break down the goals even smaller. Okay, I want to at least have talk time of this many hours a day. Or I want to at least have no hangups for the day, or whatever the case might be. You just set your goal for every day and for the week. So that way you have something that you're working towards as you're making each of these phone calls. And same thing for social media. My goal for social media is to at least get 5-6 posts out there every day, at least get X amount of interactions, at least get this many reactions, this many DMs, this many follow-ups. Each sector can have a goal that you're working towards. And then the other question that I get, commission splits. How do I go with a brokerage, or how do I deal with commission splits, or how do I deal with negotiating my commission in general, especially if the seller is not willing to cover it? What do you do? One, before you join your brokerage, you should already know their commission splits. You are taking that commission split as it is what it is. You're getting the value from the brokerage, and they're taking a split out of that to provide you the services that they are for you to be able to do your business. It is what it is on that one. You can also join discount brokerages, which are brokerages that you might do more of your own lead generation, front office support, CRM, all of these things. You might take it on and do it yourself in order to recoup and save more of your money. It works for some, maybe not a suggestion for first-time agents, but again, every brokerage offers different levels of support. There are brokerages that offer 100% commissions. There are brokerages that offer 80% like EXP, and there are brokerages that offer 50-50. And there are brokerages, and again, if you join a team, it's going to be cut down less and less. So what that means is, let's say you have a home that is worth, that you sold. And let's say you sold the home for $300,000. I have my calculator here, my handy dandy. So let's say you sold a home for $300,000 and you're taking 3% of that value. You're going to be paid $9,000. Let me rephrase that. You won't be paid that. Your brokerage will be paid $9,000. Out of that $9,000, let's say your brokerage takes 75% of that. Or no, my apologies. Let's say your brokerage has a split of 75 and you keep the remainder. So that means out of that, you would be paid $6,750. Now, a lot of brokerages, whether you know this yet or not, also have transaction fees. Some of these transaction fees may vary from $3.95 to $6.95 to even higher, depending on your brokerage. So let's take out another $4.95 for that. So you will be paid $6,255 from your broker from selling a home that's $300,000. Everyone get my gist here? And again, every sale is not going to have a 3% commission. Some might have 2%, some might have 2.5%, some may even have 1%, depending on what level you do. That is up to you to figure that out prior. And I'm going to have these video series throughout. I might do one once a month, or I might do a live Q&A with prospective agents or agents who are new to the business. But again, life is what you make it, right? Like, you can make a ton of money in real estate. I've already been able to pay off so much of that. I told you about that student loan debt I had, right? Yeah, already gone. See ya. Thank you. But I'm just happy because this was, I made 6 figures prior, at my prior job, and being able to switch to real estate not only offered me freedom, it offered me peace of mind. It offered me not being able to check in with people. I'm checking in with me. That's beautiful. hi boss. I'm the boss. I love that. I love that freedom and that ability to be able to change my life. And I get to put in, or I get to get out exactly how much I put in. So if I'm working X amount of hours of the day, or I'm calling X amount of people, or I have this many properties listed, I get to determine what changes or how much I get paid at the end of that. When I'm working a traditional job, and again, it's nothing wrong with that. Get your coins however way you choose fit. This is not for everybody. So I'm never going to knock anyone for not going this route, or for working for a team, or working for themselves, or working here, or working. I don't judge people any way they make a living or earning. I'm always respectful of that. And this is not the easiest for everybody, right? Like, this might not mean financial freedom for everybody because it just does not work with their skill sets, or it does not work with they don't find enjoyment like I do out of it. So I say go with what you enjoy. If real estate is still not gelling for you, reach out to me. I'm happy to give you this some type of words of encouragement to see how your business can be changed. But at the end of the day, it is what you put into it. So if you know you have not been calling people, or let's say the scripts that you use are just not, you keep getting hangups, you have to treat real estate almost like a chemistry experiment. If you add a little bit of this, you'll get this. If you do this reaction, or you put this in, this is the reaction that you'll get. You have to test it out and see what works. If this script is not working, it doesn't sound natural to you, maybe change it. If you find that you can't get on camera to do social media, do voiceovers, do general postings, post on the home. You can make it work within any sector, within anything that you're having issues with. There's an alternative solution that other people who have had the same problem have made it work. There's one guy, I won't forget this. They were talking about social media training, and they were saying how they don't show their face at all in any of the videos that they post. And they were doing maybe like $5 million a month in real estate in Texas. Insanity. No face, no case. But hey, they were getting the clients all from social media. Not one cold call called, not one, not even one in person. They were doing it virtually. Can you get to that? Virtually making that much money a month, not even having talked to anyone, not even calling anybody. It's just crazy, but it happens, and people, you can make it work. So if you have any questions or any concerns, or how do I grow my business, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to assist. And just to give you some insight, I've been licensed since 2020. My first year I was working, I was still working with my prior company. I didn't start doing real estate until April of the following year. So I got licensed August 2020. I did my first deal April 2021 when I finally made the leap to leave my former employment. So yeah, it's great because I was able to grow from my first year being 1.7 million to now to my second year being over, I think it was 3.9, to my last year being to growing to 5 million, to growing to nearly 6 million as well. So I'm getting there. I don't have all the answers. I'm right there in the same boat with you, but progression is the key. And all I can do is give you the keys and tools that I've used to grow my business. And I hope you all will do the same. Again, work with Lee if you want that key, and I'm here for any assistance you might need.
From downtown buzz to places green, Ariana Lee knows what you mean. Every step she leads the way, making dreams come true to the day.